Here's a mobile app I put together called SuperJump. It's a Mario clone, and it runs natively on my phone using Expo. This is brand new AI tech. Let me explain why this is so interesting. It took me a year to build an app on the iPhone in 2020, a week to do it in 2024, and now in 2026, I can build apps in a single day. And I'm not alone. I'm seeing creators like Marc Lou create apps all the time. And even clawdbot, which has gained millions of followers just this month, was created by someone who's making apps for the last year non-stop. Creating your own app or idea in just a single day isn't that hard. Let me show you how to do it right now. In order to vibe code a mobile app today, I'm going to be using a new product from Replit. They're also the sponsor of today's video, but they're a really cool company, and what they've built is something that I definitely want you guys to check out. They've introduced this ability to vibe code apps using Expo and React Native that immediately can be published to the App Store. I'll start here by creating a new account. This will take me to the dashboard, where I've got a very familiar type of prompt where I can request to build an app from an idea. In the past, Replit let you make web apps, but with the introduction of mobile apps, we'll be building on top of React Native and will be able to publish to both Android and iPhone stores, and doing so is actually a lot better than creating a simple web app, since creating a mobile app comes with additional access to things like haptics, camera, push notification, being in the store for search, as well as additional performance if you're doing something more substantial. I'm pretty excited to see what this will look like. My first example is to create a Super Mario clone. I want to create a 2D platformer game that I can jump up and down and find out how difficult it actually is to build a mobile app. It's been about 5 to 10 minutes, and it's nearly finished building it. One thing to note is that it actually does its own gameplay and testing. You can see it running up a mobile version of Expo here and testing out the mechanics to make sure that the game actually runs as intended. Looks like that's finished up. Now to do my own testing. I've got a QR code here on the right hand side, which I can scan in, or I can just run it here through my web browser. Since this is running on Expo, it'll work through the web too. Let me grab my phone and test this out. Here I've got the iPhone. I'll just quickly jump into the camera view. I'll scan the QR code that is provided, and it looks like this is compiling the app on my phone right now. This makes sense since it's more like a dev build, and it'll probably come with things like hot reloading when I make changes on the app. For a one-shot with a single sentence for a prompt, I have to say that it did a pretty good job. The game has what looks like a Mario character, some enemies, coins that you collect, a level with platforms, as well as a home screen and finish screen, and even a score screen. Let's do one more example, but this time I'm gonna publish it. What I'll do is create a clone of Flappy Bird. It's one of my favorite games, and I was sad to see it go from the App Store a long time ago. Just like last time, I can simply select the app builder and I'll let it do its thing. It took around 5 to 10 minutes, but unlike the previous time, this time the app didn't immediately work. I actually tested it on both my phone and on the computer. The issue itself wasn't actually the build or anything about Expo, but actually the app design itself. The level itself was empty, and the bird, it didn't flap either, which kind of defeats the purpose of the whole game. But that's okay. You should never expect a single prompt to generate a full website or an application, so I'm just going to pass in the additional changes I want done to the game. Looks like that just finished updating. It's updated the gravity, the parallax, added green pipes, added scoring and haptic feedback, as well as a setting screen. So looks like those changes definitely were applied, and this is why it's important to continuously prompt an AI model to get the exact design you want. Publishing this app is actually one of the easiest steps. If I select publish at the top right here, I have the option with an icon, an app name, and a publish button here, which gets it ready for the app stores. What's happening here in the background is it's building this project using React Native to be published on a native device like Android or iOS. Once it's finished, it takes you to a screen like this one here, where you can simply publish it straight to the store. Pretty cool. You might not know this, but my own YouTube channel was built on tutorials on how to make mobile apps on things like React Native and Expo. Now, many years later, it's never been easier to build your own app, which is why I'd like to thank Replit for sponsoring today's video. It's a perfect synergy of the type of content I want to make on this channel and the kind of tools I want to let you guys know about. So definitely check them out in the link below.